Hey YouTube, it's me Shayna of thinkerscloset.com and welcome back to my channel. As always, love having you guys here. So it is time for another Ask Shay video. Now this one, I'm gonna have to tell y'all, I got in my feelings heavy, so don't judge because this letter hit close to home for me so hard. That's why I did it, and I'm pretty sure that there are some of you out there that know somebody that went through this or is currently going through this. I know if I'm feeling this particular letter, I know somebody out there, one of you out there is on the same level as I am with this letter. So let's just hop into it and let's go. Hi Shayna, my daughter and I are huge fans of your channel. She actually got me into watching your videos. You remind me so much of my daughter that I thought I would ask a young lady like yourself if you had any advice for my daughter. I noticed that she really struggles with her self-esteem. She's a beautiful girl, but the struggles of being 16 are really getting to her, or so she says. I mean, really, how much stress can a 16-year-old really have? She recently started playing basketball and volleyball for her high school at my request. I thought it would get her fit and maybe she would begin to love herself. Her and I do battle all the time about her going to practice and her actually being involved with her teammates. And when we get to arguing, she locks herself in her room and suddenly I'm the bad guy. And then my husband becomes favorite parent. Her guidance counselor has called me in for a number of meetings and she thinks my daughter is struggling with more than just body image. I had to disagree with her because I know my child. If something were really going on, I would know it. I didn't have the best relationship with my mother, and I really wanted to make sure that my daughter, who is my only child, and I have an open and honest relationship. But it's so hard to reach her sometimes. I know she's into boys and things of that nature. As much as I don't want her to grow up, I know it's inevitable. All of my mom friends have boys or younger daughters who aren't teenagers yet. So I'm going into this very blindly. I want my daughter to be like you, be as confident and self-assured as you are. I know it's in her. How can I help her? What are some things your mother did for you at 16 that helped you turn out like you did? Any advice would be greatly appreciated. I will be I'll be very honest with you. I'm gonna try hard. I'm gonna try very hard to be as respectful as possible because you are somebody's mother. Because part of me really wants to go ham on your life right now, but I'm not going to do that because, like I said, you're somebody's mom, and I will blow a gasket if somebody with my mom. Like, I really want to go at you right now. So I'm going to try to be as respectful. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm going to try to give you a perspective of what your daughter is going through at the moment. You are so wrong on so many levels. It drives me nuts how wrong you possibly are. Like, there's no amount of time that I could piece things together to tell you how wrong you are. You are so wrong. Now, I am not a family counselor. I am not a counselor at all. I do not have children, but I do know a thing or two about being bullied in school. I do know a thing or two about being able to growing up with low self-esteem and having to figure out your way at 16 years old. I came from a very, very good home. I can never say that my mom was a bad parent. I can never say that both my parents are horrible people because that would be a bull-faced lie. But I do know a thing or two about being 16 years old, being plus size, and being made fun of. And you, my dear, forcing your child to join a sport that she probably didn't want to join in the first place because you thought it would get her in shape and that she would love herself more. What were you thinking? You cannot be serious with that at this point. Like, you really think that was okay? You put your 16-year-old daughter, who you already admit had body image issues, in a sport she did not want to be in the first place, that clearly see is not working out for her socially, so that way she could lose weight. Hear how that sounds. That sounds utterly ridiculous. That child does not want to play basketball, nor does she want to play volleyball. If she's not getting along with the people around her, clearly that means she does not want to be there. That's not something she wants to do. Have you even asked her what it is she actually wanted to do? Did you even sit down with this child and ask her, what is it you would like to do? Like, to me, that is mind-boggling. Now, I understand as a parent, sometimes you got to push your kids into things. My mom did it with me. A lot of things I just didn't want to do, but she pushed me into it because she knew that, one, she wanted to keep me active, and two, that I needed to be involved in something social. So that aspect, I understand. Sometimes as parents, y'all got to push us into things. Push us into it. You know, we'll learn to like certain things after a while, but how dare you push your child into something so that way she can get fit? That is the worst thing you can do. Because here's the problem. If she's dealing with body image issues, it's not just coming from home. She's clearly going to school. She's not seeing herself fit in with people at school. And then she comes home to your attitude. This child, of course, she's going to struggle. Of course she's going to struggle. Because there's no love at all. She's going from school where she's probably being made fun of, or there's something going on at school that she's not telling you, and then she comes home to you fussing at her about not hanging out with her teammates, or fussing at her for whatever reason. That is not helping her at all. At all. And I suspect that her guidance counselor calling you in is because she probably sat down with her guidance counselor about something that she's not telling you, and you are just continuing to ignore it. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I understand that as a parent, you want to have an open relationship with your daughter. You want to be, you want to have that line of communication just flow. And I get it. My mom said the same thing. But here's what you have to do as a parent. And this is in my opinion. Again, I don't have children, but you want to open an honest relationship with your daughter. Give her the space to have that relationship with you. That means there's no judging her. There's no lecturing her. There's no giving her all these reasons as why. Sometimes we as your kids, all we want from you is just for you to listen. Shut up and listen. Stop talking. Stop wanting to lecture all the time and give us life lessons. Sometimes we just want to vent to you. That's how you keep lines of communication open, because when you allow us to speak with you, allow us to open up and talk to you without some sort of judgment coming back at us, we're more prone to come back to you. See, now when she comes to you and then you start fussing, or you're not listening to what she's trying to tell you, she automatically is going to shut down and walk away from it. And at that point, coming back to you, it's probably not going to happen. And I feel like a lot of moms don't take responsibility in this process. They say, well, my daughter doesn't want to talk to me. Why doesn't she want to talk to me? Like, have you thought about taking your ego and your pride out of it and allowing her to come to you and open up freely? See, the reason why she don't come to you, why when y'all start arguing, she locks herself away, is because she does not trust you. You hear what I'm saying? She doesn't trust you at all, because she doesn't trust you with her feelings. And as a mom, I think that should bother you. Because she's going to other people before coming to you. You need to question why she's not coming to you. Now, let's be clear. Everything at 16, we're not going to go to our moms about. I didn't do it. There are a lot of things that we feel more comfortable going to our homegirl about, or going to a guidance counselor about, or going to our dads about, for whatever reason. Sometimes it's not always easy coming to our moms. And you have to be okay with that, because I'm pretty sure you didn't go to your mom about everything. There's some things that we as young women, when we're 16, 17 years old, we don't always feel comfortable coming to our mom about every single thing. So you gotta be okay with that. But if you want her to open up to you more, you have to give her the space and the freedom and the judgment-free zone to do so. At 16, there's a lot that's happening. I was really, really bothered by the line you said in your letter about what can a 16-year-old really stress about. Have you seen what these kids are going through these days? Like, when I was 16, half the stuff that's happening now on social media. First, there was no social media when I was 16. And I'm only 26. I ain't that far removed from being 16. In the last 10 years, the connection between people has exploded. So 16-year-olds have much more access to things than I did at 16. Okay, music is different. How we access our music is different. How we access people around the world is different. Bullying no longer is going from the school hallways to Facebook. Okay, being 16 today is not like when you were 16, or even when I was 16. or your husband was 16. Like, it's such a different world now. And for you to say, what is it really stressed about? Clearly the child is stressing. There's a lot of things that happen between dealing with friends at school, dealing with just being a student at school, schoolwork, or I'm assuming she's somewhere around sophomore, junior year of school. So you have testing that's going on. You have preparing for college, and all you hear is get good grades, gotta get into college, extracurriculars, sports, transcripts, this, that. You know what I mean? And then on top of all that, you have a daughter who is plus size, who you want to fit in and lose weight. So now she's dealing with her body image issues. Now she's going to school and home, dealing with you and people at school who are telling her different things about her body. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. In a world full of Instagram models who have tiny waists, big butts, big boobs, which nothing wrong with them. That's their body, it's their body. But if that's the constant image our young women are looking at, and then here you come as a mom, you're only saying, well, lose weight. I want you to do this so you can lose weight. Of course the child is stressed. Ma'am, she is stressed. At 16 today, 16 is such a different world than when I was 16 and when you were 16, and you know that. You don't know what's going on with her because you are not giving her the space to tell you what's going on with her. When you talk with her, are you demanding she respond to you? Is it a very forceful conversation? Are you dominating the conversation? Are you allowing her to sit down with you, to come to you on her own terms? There's a reason I suspect that she's going to her father, because her father is not as judgmental about certain things. Maybe because her father sits down and says, all right, whatever it is, he's letting her vent about it. I'm not saying that your husband is somehow a better parent, but I'm saying she trusts in him something that she does not trust in you. As a former high school and college athlete, like, I played basketball in high school. I played volleyball for a year in high school. So I understand the importance of being a part of a team atmosphere, and as a parent, wanting your daughter to be involved with that. But here's what I feel. You got to put her in stuff she actually wants to do. Because high school basketball, especially being here in Jersey, the high school I went to, high school basketball was no joke, especially our girls team. We played no types of games. Like, being on a girls basketball team from my high school, like, that was a thing of pride. We put in so much work. For 4 years of my life, from September to March, 6 days a week, 2 games a week, and during holidays it was we had our holiday tournament, and then after my school team was over, I played AAU from April till about August. So I played basketball year round for 4 years, and I hated it. I was miserable. There's a reason why I didn't really get along with my high school teammates, and why I really didn't get along with my AAU teammates, because I did not want to be there. I was not happy. So of course I'm a miserable ass teammate. And it was a sport that I just was not good at. I wasn't. And I didn't have the passion for it to want to get better at it. I had to come to terms with that much later in life. You know, I wonder why I was not as good as other girls. Why did I want to go to the gym and work at it by myself? Why did I not want to put in that time? Because I hated the damn sport. But at 6 feet and the body size that I had in high school, you play basketball. That's what you do. You don't do anything else. You play basketball. That's what you're supposed to do. And I hated it for 4 years. That's why when I went to college, I said, I'm not touching a basketball. I refused to. Although the coach, he called my house. Okay, and I didn't even tell him I was on campus. The story, side note, the receptionist in the dean's office called the basketball coach because she met me on campus. And that man called my house, and he said I had a 6-foot girl on my campus and I didn't get to meet with her. That man called my house because he wanted me to play. And I told him, I said, I can't do this. I can't do another 4 years of basketball because I hated the damn sport. You put your child in a sport she does not want to do because it's for your gain. That is the worst thing you can do for her. If you're going to put your child in a team sport, let it be for her social skills. Let it be for her being active. Let it be for her learning how to be a leader, how to be a follower in a sense of bettering the team. Okay, don't put her in a sport in hopes of her losing weight or getting fit so she can feel better about herself. Stop doing that to our girls. Why do we do this? If you're gonna put her, like, look at the other aspects of what being a part of a team does. It builds leadership skills. It does build confidence because when you're able to help solve a problem with your teammates. That's the point of being a part of a team. When there's 5 girls on a basketball court, there's 5 of them for a reason. The point guard can't do it by herself. The center cannot do it by herself. The 2 shooting guards can't do it by themselves. Okay, they can't do it for themselves. Everybody has a role on that basketball court. So you can't expect this child to get involved with teammates she does not want to even be around. And you're so oblivious to it. Well, why does she want to get involved? What? Why does she? Really? That's a question you honestly have to ask. She is struggling because you're having her do things that she, one, does not want to do and is passionate about not wanting to do. And it's showing. It's not about being rebellious. It is physically showing in her emotions and in her body structure. It's showing because you are forcing her to something that she does not want to do. And you sitting here talking about, do I have advice to give you so it can help her? No, the advice I'm giving you is that when you can be a better parent, that's going to help her. Me telling her to be confident, I can't force it on her. And being confident is not just about looking better. It's not just about feeling better. Feelings go away. This child needs to be involved in stuff that makes her happy. That she's going to want to go to. The reason why I really wanted to do this is because when I tell you, I felt your daughter. I know exactly how she feels. I literally know exactly how your daughter feels. It is so unfair to her. It's so unfair to her what you're doing. If you want to be a better mother to her, shut up and listen to your child. Stop trying to be that hard-edged mom. Find that middle ground between being her friend and being her parent. I'm not saying throw caution to the wind and not reprimand, but you also can't be so rigid that she's afraid of you. And I tell you, you don't want that type of fear in your child, I promise you, because 10 years down the road, it's going to kick you in the ass. And then you'll be really mad. I felt so bad for her because you literally sat here and said that you put her in a sport so she could lose weight. You keep saying you want her to be confident, but you were adding to her insecurities on so many levels and you don't even know it. Your child does not want to even come and talk to you. And you still don't see that as a red flag. She's not comfortable with you. She does not trust you. Trust is not just about truth and lies. Having somebody trust in you enough to come and talk to you has to have a level of freedom. I have to know that she has to know that when she comes and talks to you, that what she tells you, you're not going to judge her on. You're actually going to listen, not just hear her, but listen to what she's saying. And when she asks you for advice, give advice accordingly. Just don't just listen to her just so you can talk back. Because she will shut down and you will never get her to open up. And when she shuts down, I promise you, at 16, you can give it up. Like, I get that you want to have a better relationship with her than you did with your mom, but you have to put in work too as a mom in terms of reaching her. You can't always expect her to come to you because she's not always going to do that. And like I said, I don't have kids. I am not a counselor. I'm not a professional. I have no degrees in any of this. I'm just speaking from my experience, and I know how your daughter feels. I have a lot of friends who are so close with their mothers. They are so close with their moms. They're like besties with their moms. Not everybody's going to have a relationship with their moms, and that's okay. But if you want your child to grow up, to have a level of confidence, to have a level of self-awareness, and still have a relationship with her, you got to put in work, and you have to stop adding to these insecurities. She has to be able to come to you and feel assured. She has to be able to come to you, and whatever worries she's having, you have to yank those worries away from her, not give her the goddamn worries. All right, guys, I made this video without crying because I was ready to lose a couple tears, and my makeup was too cute to get into some tears today. But I had to come and do this video because it hit home for me personally. If any of you are going through this, or you are a mom with a daughter, if you have any advice, please put it in the comment section below. I would love to hear your commentary. Again, I am not a parent. I'm not a professional. I don't have no degrees in any of this. I'm speaking from my experience as a young woman who was not much older than this woman's daughter. So please, if you have any advice, if you are a professional, if you are a mom of a teenage daughter, please put it in the description box, in the comment section below. I would love to hear your dialogue. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions or need some advice, my email will be in the description box at thecloset@gmail.com. As always, I love you guys. I'm Shayna of thecloset.com, and I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.